Hello, ladies. It's Beth from Be Styled. Time for Tipsy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Missed you last week, but I'm here this week talking about a question that comes up every time people are doing a closet edit. A lot of us are going through our closets this time of year, and the number one question I hear is, or one of the top questions I hear is, Beth, is fill in the blank dated or out of style? So I want to talk about that question and kind of give you my take on it. It's a tough question, and if you feel like you're asking yourself that now more than ever, it's because you are. In the years I've been doing this, since about 2015, I've never before seen trends come and go as quickly as they do lately. And that there are several reasons for that, and we can talk about that another day. But the fact of the matter is it's kind of the reality we're dealing with. Unfortunately, it's impossible for me to give you like a cut and dry, cookie cutter, one size fits all answer. But if you stay till the end, I do have 6 things that I am saying are quote unquote dated. And if you wanted to stay to the end for that. But I also generally shy away from that kind of discussion because nobody wants to hear that what they're wearing is dated or out of style. And it's almost impossible just to paint that with a broad stroke, with some exceptions. And it can lead to a lot of debate, a lot of back and forth, a lot of heated, and it can get nasty. And I've seen that happen on other platforms, and that's just not what I'm here for. So I don't like to say, give these like, you can't wear these things. But I know a lot of you just want some guidance, and that's what I'm here for. And again, it's just my opinion. But if you stay to the end, I do have 6 things that I can safely say, as of January 16th, 2024, you can, at the very least, get out of your main closet. If not, donate and give away. I have a whole bunch of notes here. I think I'm going to turn this into a blog post because I think this is all very, very important. But the fact of the matter is, ladies, you're never going to achieve the polished, chic, sophisticated look that I think most of us are going for if you're holding on to dated items in your closet. Your wardrobe, what you take out of your wardrobe is almost more important than what you put into your wardrobe, is what I like to say. So holding on to dated clothes is not doing any of us any favors. And that includes shoes and accessories as well, obviously. Okay, dated is basically the opposite of modern and current style. But modern and current style does not necessarily mean trendy. It oftentimes does not mean trendy. And I also wanted to stay on track talking about, I'm not going to get into highly trendy discussions here. But I also wanted to address those, you might have some couple items in your closet. I think I have 1 or 2 that I could identify that are maybe 10 or 20 years old, that still fit you, that you love, and that you look great on you. Those are the exception. They're not the rule. I'm not going to discuss that. I'm also not going to discuss those vintage pieces that you may be lucky enough to own, whether it's like a DVF wrap dress or a Chanel jacket, something like that. Clearly, if you own those things and they fit you and you love them, by all means, please wear them or send them to me. You're a lucky duck if you have those things. That's not what I'm talking about, okay? Okay, but let's give an example. Let's talk about, basically, here's another rule of thumb. If you're questioning whether it's dated, there's a very good chance it is dated. Okay, now let's give it a very extreme example. Let's go back to probably 2010. Do you remember when all over Pinterest, this was before Instagram, I wore this, a lot of us wore this. We were wearing, our skinny jeans, our maybe like a tunic, those Pleone tunic blouses that were long, and maybe riding boots or ballet, like round toe ballet flats with little bows on them, and either an infinity scarf or, better yet, the big bubble necklaces, or really big, even J. Crew had them. Oh, I used to love them. They were expensive too, big stone with color, and that's what we were wearing, and it was fabulous. But ladies, that's an example of a look that came on fast and furiously. It lasted for quite a while, but it's gone. It's gone. And it's really not going to come back in that same, in the same way, as it did. But that is an example, and some of you might say, well, I never dress that way. This is a big one. I'm a very classic dresser. I never fell for those trends. I am a classic dresser. Okay, that's another thing to think about, because the challenge with classic clothes is that the more simple and basic the piece is, the easier it is to miss when features of it become dated. Okay? Just because something's classic doesn't mean it lasts forever. It doesn't. And I've been guilty of saying something is classic. Oh, you'll have it forever. You'll give it to your daughter. Those things, shame on me for saying that. I definitely can hear myself saying that over the years. And that's hyperbole, okay? Very few things are going to last forever. Clothing is not designed or made to last literally forever, okay? It has a life cycle, and so do styles. Sorry for looking at my notes, but I want to try to stay on track. So the very important thing to do if you're not sure is you need a second set of eyes. So I always say, pick out your most stylish girlfriend, or your sister who might follow style and be stylish, or your daughter, if you have a daughter whose opinion you trust, or somebody who will give you their honest opinion without worrying about hurting your feelings, okay? Ask them if this item that you're considering is out of style. Or better yet, a lot of you are here, join my Style System program, where you can be in a completely private, basically anonymous group and show people these items and get very honest, very kind, honest opinions, and also you'll receive feedback on what you could wear instead. Okay, but sometimes you just need a second set of eyes, especially if you're a really classic dresser. Because like I said, those very classic pieces, they might, to your eye, because you've been looking at it for so many years, they might, just look the same as everything else you see out there. But there are those differences that can start to look obvious and make you look dated. Here's another tip if you're wondering. Go to your favorite retailer. I would personally go to Nordstrom, and you're not going shopping. You're not putting anything in your cart. You're not buying anything, but go to your favorite retailer. Say it's Nordstrom. It could be J. Crew, the retailer that suits your aesthetic. Maybe it's Sundance, or I don't know, Talbot's, or Chico's, or Evereve, you name it. And let's say it's a jacket, a blazer, and you want to know, is it dated? Go and look, do a search of their blazers and look at their trending, quote unquote, or most popular or hottest. Usually they're the first things that they show. Skip over the trendy ones, like with fringe and craziness going on, and ask yourself, do these trending in style items from these retailers that I appreciate the style aesthetic for, does this piece look at all like what they're selling right now? And if it's completely off, there's your answer, right? There's another way. And you don't have to even ask your friend, okay? Okay, so the other thing to ask yourself is, when did I buy this? There's a meme going around, it's been going around for ages, that says something like, someone says, remember something about mentioning something from 30 years ago, and my mind goes to, that was the 70s. And then you think, no, 30 years ago was 1994. And then it goes, I think I need to take a nap. Like 30 years ago is 1994. So think about when you bought these things. Like those pants that you might have bought in 2010, and you think, well, I bought them in 2010. That was 14 years ago, right? Pants aren't necessarily designed to last for 14 years, with some exceptions. Obviously, let's not get involved in the exceptions. You don't have to tell me, well, I have these wool pants that are, of course, there are going to be exceptions, but let's talk about, the expectation more than the exception. Okay. So clothes are not designed to last forever. We talked about that. Now, the other comment I get all the time is along these same lines. People say, well, I'm going to hold on to this because it's going to come back in style. Because we do see styles. We see, bell-bottom flare jeans came back in style. But if you think about it, when things come back in style, two things have happened. First of all, you've changed. If you're holding on to those jeans that you wore in, 2010 or, 1998 or whenever, because you're thinking, They were wide leg flares. They're going to come back in style. Are you really going to wear the same clothes you wore back in the 90s or the early 2000s? You're a different person. You have a different life. You have a different body. But the body aside, let's go into a crazy world where we all have the same bodies that we had in 1990, 1995, for example. Are you really going to want to wear those pants that you wore back then because they came back in style? No. The other thing is, the styles never come back the same. As much as we'd like to say, oh, this is going to come back in style, it's classic. These retailers they're tricky, you know. They're going to make a change. There's going to be a change. It's not going to be the same. So don't fill up your closet. Yes, you might have a couple select things in another closet or in the back of your closet that are fantastic, that you love, that very well may come back in style because they're that kind of piece. But for the most part, they're not going to. And I give you permission to donate them, sell them. If it's a brand that's going to have some resale value, chances are it's not. If it's out of style, it's not going to have resale value. I can tell you that firsthand. Donate it to somebody. Or get it out of your main closet. Okay. Let me know if anyone has any questions. It's great to see you all here. Okay. Now we're going to get into the nitty gritty. When people ask, are fill in the blank still in style? Let's use the age old, it's kind of the cliche at this point question. Are skinny jeans still in style? Do I have to get rid of all my skinny jeans? Okay. Or people will say, can I still wear skinny jeans or any other of these items? The answer is yes, you can. Of course, skinny jeans, I always tell everyone to hang on to at least one pair of your favorite skinny jeans. I have a pair of Page skinny jeans that I bought many years ago. And when I went through my most recent closet purge, I was like, I'm holding on to these because they still fit me. They're not low rise. Low rise skinny jeans, no, I'm sorry. We're just not built like that anymore, ladies. And skinny jeans with any holes in them, distressing. I love a little bit of distressing in jeans, but not in skinny jeans. If they are traditional skinny jeans and they have distressing, I would say those are out of style. But skinny jeans, you can definitely still wear them. But are you going to wear them with, a tunic and a patterned scarf or an infinity scarf and a pair of ballet flats or a pair of like booties cuffed with your socks showing like we used to do? No, you're going to wear your skinny jeans in a new and modern way. And then you're golden, you're fine, and you're going to look great. How are you going to do that? You're going to wear them. Here are two ideas. Instead of the tunic, wear an oversized button-down shirt with your skinny jeans. You could do a little loose half tuck if you wanted, or you could leave it out. And then if you're going very casually, wear your little sneakers, wear a pair of white sneakers. And maybe make sure your bag and your accessories and your jewelry are very modern and on trend. You're obviously not wearing your bubble necklace. You're not wearing a big statement necklace. You're going to wear maybe a dainty necklace and a pair of gold hoops or whatever. The other great option with the skinny jeans is one of those oversized blazers, boyfriend blazers, or a boyfriend cardigan, not like the long waterfall cardigans. You're not wearing your skinny jeans with a long waterfall cardigan. Been there, done that, ladies. No. Instead, wear something modern and current with your skinny jeans and you're going to be fine. For shoes, like I mentioned, you could wear white sneakers. You'll see lots of girls doing that, looking very modern with everything else being modern. The other thing you can do is wear your tall boots. I mean, that's what skinny jeans are perfect for. Same with leggings. Wear your tall boots, and they'll be fantastic. I wouldn't wear booties with skinny jeans, at least not like the pointy toe ones. You could still wear like a Chelsea boot with skinny jeans. That'd be okay. But tall boots and skinny jeans, and then a boyfriend blazer, that's a great look. Even an oversized sweater you could wear, as long as it's like current and not like tunic-y looking, Okay, so I gave my caveat. The other caveat with skinny jeans, so we're not wearing distressed skinny jeans. And the other thing we're not wearing, and this is on my list of 6 things is jeggings. I think jeggings were one of those fly by night. I'm pretty sure I owned a pair. I owned something similar. I never owned the true jeggings that were pull on with, like, they were leggings made out of denim. I think I even was like, I can't do that. I'll wear leggings all day long, but not denim leggings. I'm sort of a purist when it comes to denim. And I know there are a lot of brands doing pull on denim, and it can definitely work, especially if you're wearing the right top, that it's not so obvious that they're pull on. But jeggings that are pull on and skin tight, give them away if you can. You might have to actually, you're gonna have to figure out how to dispose of those, because nobody wants them. I promise you, nobody wants your jeggings. And they're knowing you all, ladies, they're probably long gone. Okay, so we have come to the point where I'm going to go through. This is where you're going to start getting mad at me, maybe. 6 things that I am personally going to say, going into 2024, new year, we can get rid of or put out of our closets somewhere else. Okay. Super skinny jeans, distressed skinny jeans. Check. We talked about that. The next one are long, really oversized or waterfall cardigans. Man, did I sell a lot of those peach cardigans, and they were fantastic. And yes, you might want to keep one to wear to yoga class or to wear around the house. But you're not gonna, when you just get dressed, you're not wearing the waterfall cardigans. Those were a lot of times they were made out of like the Peach one, the company Peach made one that was this fabulous modal, stretchy cotton material. I don't know if it's cotton. And you'll find them on Amazon. You'll find people still sell them, and they kind of were a little shorter here, and then they got longer, and they kind of had a tail in the front, irregular hem. And oh man, I used to talk about how fabulous they were. Well, they've come and gone. They've had their day. They served their purpose. Now we can get rid of them. Instead, for cardigans, the most current kind of modern cardigan is a shorter. It doesn't have to be cropped. It can be hip length cardigan. Ideally, if it has buttons, and by buttons, I mean a button that is very neutral, blends into the sweater, not big, obvious buttons, but just a subtle button that goes into a V-neck that you can also wear as a sweater on its own. You can wear it with a cami underneath it. Sometimes you don't even need to, and wear it as a top, or you can unbutton it and wear it as a cardigan. But they're shorter. You will see the very, cropped ones, which if you're short-waisted, it can be great. It might come to you a little bit longer. And that's just a more modern look, because the denim's getting wider and looser. So the sweaters are getting a little shorter. But I also love a duster cardigan, a long cardigan. Sometimes they go to like mid-thigh to knee, but they don't have big pockets. They don't have big stripes. They're solid. They're not leopard print. Sorry. We all had that too. Or remember the big color block cardigans? By big, I mean they had big stripes in different colors that used to sell out every year in the Nordstrom sale. Those are going to, if you wear that, it's like, that was from 2015. It's the kind of piece that has a year associated with it. You're never going to go wrong with a solid, okay? In a neutral, in a color, whatever you like, but simple and straight and without big floppy pockets, okay? Cardigans. So number 2, infinity scarves. I talk about infinity scarves. I don't see a lot of those anymore, but Jamie and I from Flirty Finds, we used to sell those because I was like, oh, you just put it around your neck, cross it, put it around your head again. You could wear it as a hood. It was fabulous. Again, they have a date associated with them. I'd have to look to see what the date was. Again, I'm thinking it's, say, 2012, 13, somewhere around there. Instead, think of just like a silk scarf. Pull out your vintage silk scarves. It could be in a pattern, a solid, in a classic pattern, not anything crazy, just a beautiful pattern. Patterns are personal, so think of a pattern as artwork. What does your eye draw to? That's one idea for a scarf if you're a scarf girl. Another idea that I think is just a no-brainer is a scarf that's like an oblong rectangle that, trying to call me, I'm sure it's not urgent, I hope. Anyway, that you can wear as a wrap, as a scarf, The Flirty Finds travel wrap in cashmere is my go-to, but you can find them in non-cashmere. I think cashmere's for this kind of thing is the way to go, and hers are under $100 and they're fabulous in lots of colors. Okay, so scarves. The other thing, so that's another, infinity scarves, gone. The other, this is more of a combination. I kind of referenced this earlier, is the legging and tunic combination that we all lived in with our Sam Edelman riding boots. Remember those? And a lot of times with an infinity scarf or a bubble necklace. Those, again, the shirts that were flowy, I used to talk about, oh, they're great. They have great flow. You wear them with your leggings. That look is just very dated. Keep your leggings. You might want to keep the tunic if you can wear the tunic as in a half tuck and it's a great color and it doesn't have anything like crazy going on. I mean, they used to have them that would have like lace inlay or lace on the sleeves and, you know, crazy patterns. Those you're going to get rid of. If it's a dated silhouette and it is a pattern like a floral, that's a double whammy. At that point, you're safe to donate it. If it's solid in one of a color that you love, then you might be able to make it work. And that's where you just head into my style system program and I can give you my opinion. But that classic look, not classic, that it was, you know, that look that was very popular, tunic, leggings, no, we're done with that for now. Go with your oversized, go with a longer blazer, a button-down shirt with your leggings, and your tall boots. Or sneakers. No ballet flats with leggings. Sorry, I'm not a big fan of that look either. And also, I only like black leggings. I don't like colored leggings unless you're exercising. I think we're sticking with black leggings at this stage in the game. Okay, here's one that might make some of you mad, and that is camo and tie-dye prints. Camo, depending on the camo, if it's very dark and subtle, I have a pair of dark camo leggings that I couldn't get rid of because they reminded me of my time with Peach and I love them. But true camo prints, camo shirts, even a camo jacket. Peach had one that was very strong camo, a lot of contrast. That's going to look dated. Sorry, I'm just delivering the information. I don't make it up. Tie-dye is another one, and I know there are a lot of tie-dye lovers out there, but it's just not, it's very off trend. Camo is one of those highly trendy things. It becomes trendy. I remember when it was trendy. I don't remember what year it was. Peach had some tie-dye. They also had camo. But this goes back 8 years. So it wasn't last year. Camo and tie-dye were not in style last year or even 2 years ago. So I'm not telling you things that were in style a year ago or out of style. These are things that were trendy several years ago that have gone out of style. Will camo come back in style? Probably. Will tie-dye come back in style? Maybe. I think it's geared towards the younger set. I don't think it's very sophisticated or chic, but it can be fun if it's just like one color, like something with white tie-dye, but it's not in style now. Maybe it will be someday. So if you have a subtle tie-dye t-shirt that you love, pack it away. Okay. Now watch what's going to happen this spring. Tie-dye is going to become like the hot trend and you're going to be like throwing eggs at me. I don't think it's going to happen, but if it does, sue me, right? Okay, this is the last one, and this is a hot one. We talked about this in the fall, in the winter style system. Low shaft booties. Okay, who's here that remembers the Blondo booties that I, at one point, think I said every woman in America should own, okay? They were fantastic. Their shaft was about this high. They were taupe. The color was called mushroom. They were suede. They had a little heel. When we were wearing our skinny jeans, those were like the perfect booty. They were so comfortable. They were water resistant. If you go onto Blondo's website, or if you go to any website that sells Blondo and you look for booties, you're not going to find those unless they're way out the end and they're marked down, discounted. They had their day, ladies. I'm sorry. And the reason they are no longer in style is because of the denim styles changing. They were perfect with skinny jeans. Well, we're not wearing skinny jeans very much anymore, right? So they went and changed the boots. So what you're seeing in booties are a taller, slimmer shaft. That way, when you wear your ankle pants, whether they're straight or wide, your crop pants, whether they're straight or a wider leg, the booty fits under the hem of the jean. It used to be, I can hear myself saying it, as I used to say, when you wear your booty with your, ankle pants, you want to see a little sliver of skin. I used to say that, oh, it's so, a little sliver of skin, so flattering. Remember me saying that? Well, sorry, no longer the case. They changed the rules on us, ladies. I'm just the messenger. No longer do we want to see a sliver of skin, which is great news for a lot of you who back in the day used to say, Beth, I don't want to see a sliver of skin. It's too cold out. And I would say, oh, come on, how cold could a sliver of skin be? I remember these conversations. Well, you're in luck because now there are no slivers of skin showing with jeans and booties. You want to have them go up and under the hem of your pant. So those little low ankle boots or shooties, shoes that were like boots, but shoes that had a very low, those, especially with an ankle pant or a skirt or a dress, that's not going to be a good look. With a skirt or a dress, you're going to want, in my opinion, a tall boot. Or you could go very casually and wear like you could even wear like a Chelsea boot with a casual like sweater skirt. And even with maybe a little cool pair of socks kind of poking out. I've seen that look cute especially on younger girls, or it's just an edgier look. But, the booties with the short skirts and the dresses aren't, you're not seeing that as much anymore. You're seeing longer hems and then like a tall boot underneath it is a great look. It's a great way to wear a dress or skirt in the winter. Okay, let's see. I'm thinking people have questions. Bye Blondos. I know, Kim, I say that about Blondos because my favorite, I should go up and get my favorite booties are still Blondos. They're black. They have about this much of a heel, but they're kind of a slight platform, so the heel doesn't feel that high. And I could walk 5 miles in them and be fine. I'm not exaggerating. I don't have good feet, but the shaft on them is probably this high, meaning they come well above my ankle. So I can wear them with my cropped jeans and not show any skin, but they're still Blondos. So Blondos are still fantastic. It's just those, I should remember that they had a style name. Oh, I can't believe I don't remember it. Somebody probably does. You all know what I'm talking about. It pained me when I got rid of mine. I had bought them twice. I love them so much. I got them, I had them for a couple of years and I rebought them. So that means I had them for probably 5 years at least. So, I don't feel like they owe me anything. I don't feel like I got gypped because my Blondo booties are out of style. Okay, let's see. Should we hold on to them or let go? To the Blondos? Okay, here's another caveat on the Blondos. If you wear full length, which are very on trend, full length jeans, like flares, wide leg, even full length straight leg jeans that are not cropped. We're not talking about ankle. We're talking about full length that go to like the top of your foot. Then yes, you could still wear your Blondos, provided the jean can go over the little opening on the boot and so all you see is just the toe and the heel. If all you can see is the toe and the heel, then you can still wear them or hold on to them. If you wear flare jeans, they're great because they've got a pointy toe. There's nothing offensive about them. They don't have any weird detail on them. They're a neutral color, generally speaking. So, but if you have other booties and you have a space issue, I would say if you're looking to purge your shoes, then you could probably get rid of them. But if you have the space and you really love them, maybe they're an example of something you can hold on to. Just get it out of your closet. Put them in a shoe container under a bed in your kid's room, maybe, or in your attic or basement. Okay, let's see other questions. I'm putting mine on Poshmark today. There you go, Poshmark. I mean, if it's a brand, you can't. Kim, I want to see which ones you're talking about before you do that. I think I know. If they look like they used to, when they first came out, I had customers say, Beth, those look like elf shoes. That's what people used to say about the Blondo booties. If they look like that, if they look like little elf shoes, then you can get rid of them. Okay? Taller shafts. Should we hold on to them? Let's see. What other questions? Sandra, Talk about jewelry trends, please. I know bubble different pendant tassels, necklaces. Okay, this is something I should have Jamie talk about, and I'm going to be there next week, so we can talk about this in greater detail. But jewelry trends, like if you go on to, don't even go on Pinterest anymore, ladies, because unless you type in 2024, Pinterest will feed you a lot of old pictures. You know why? Because influencers and bloggers, a lot of them don't post on Pinterest anymore. They're over on Instagram. So your best bet is to head over to Instagram, set a timer so you don't go into the 3 hours later, come up for air, and maybe even do a search of jewelry trends or whatever. But what you're going to see is daintier, yes, but not always really dainty. I mean, I'm wearing something very simple because I'm wearing just a hoodie today and joggers. But you could see a necklace like this. This is like a paperclip chain. You could see it maybe with another dainty necklace and maybe a third. So layering is still very, very in. You know what's very in right now, Sandra, are tennis necklaces. Remember tennis bracelets? Tennis necklaces, or like bejeweled but simple, like not jeweled, all different, all the same size, all the way around. And so if you don't have $10,000 laying around for a tennis necklace, believe me, there are a lot of costume tennis necklaces out there, and that is very on trend. The long pendant necklaces with a big pendant, or like big wooden things. Again, that's personal preference, but if you're looking to look the most modern and on trend and chic, I guess would be the word, no, you're not seeing long necklaces with color or big beads. Simple, gold or silver or two-tone. Rose gold is not current right now. If you have a favorite rose gold piece, by all means keep wearing it. But if you're looking to buy something new, you probably want to skip the rose gold. Kim's sending me pictures. Kim, wait till I'm done before you send me pictures. What other jewelry trends? Earrings. My feeling with earrings are, you need your hoops, a pair of studs. Like these are like a huggy hoop, which is kind of what I would wear instead of diamond studs. I have these tiny little, they're called huggies. And a pearl earring, either like with a tiny little drop or even just a pearl stud, is a great on-trend earring. In the holidays, in the winter, this winter we saw a lot of festive earrings. I talked about that a lot. That's more of a holiday thing, I would think, and then you'd keep everything else quiet and calm if you're wearing a big bold earring. But simple, modern designs, very clean lines are what we're seeing in jewelry. Like link necklaces with circles, even if they're they can still be, I love a big necklace. Like I have the Flirty Finds horse bit necklace. The links are this big, but they're all the same, and it's just silver, comes in gold as well, and it's just modern and clean looking. It's not busy with lots going on. So modern, clean, layered, gold or silver or two-tone. Yeah. Occasionally, you could have a pendant. You might want to wear a pendant with a beautiful color. I saw something, actually Cabby came out with a pendant that has this beautiful, sort of this color blue or periwinkle blue with gold, and it's on a simple chain. It's beautiful, and I would wear it layered with some chains in this, So I'm not saying no color, but I think you know it. I think I beat that horse dead. Let's see what else we have for questions. Any other questions? Boy, now don't be telling me you're not buying Blondo. I still think if you're buying booties, Blondo's probably my favorite brand, but just get the newer versions. They're so comfortable, and they're water resistant, weather resistant. Look at all these great names. If you have any questions, you have me now. I think I've exhausted all my points. Well, here's a question. Absolutely, you keep up with the trends better than I do. So I'm always so happy to hear your guidance. Well, you know what? Somebody's got to do it, right, Marilise? that's why I do what I do, because you ladies have other talents, other interests, lives, jobs, things to do that don't involve keeping track of, what's in style. I spend far too much time researching this stuff, as you can tell, but I love it. And it's just like anything else. You gotta find somebody. If you have something that you have questions about, the internet makes it so easy to find experts. I'm not a cooker. But believe me, I'm on Instagram watching these food recipe, easy recipes, watching these people make these recipes. And I'm like, save. I look to people for guidance, for house stuff, for cooking, for all kinds of things. Dog training, you name it. But I like to be your source for reasonable style advice for women in our basic demographic that are not looking to be high fashion, runway fashionistas, chasing every trend, but also want to look and feel current, relevant, modern, and beautiful. And that's all, And I'm happy to help you any way I can, because you ladies are all those things. You are beautiful people, and I'm happy to know you on the internet. So thanks for being here with me today. And you can follow me over on Instagram at b.styled. I would love if you would do that. I know we're on Facebook here, but I'm trying to be better about being on Instagram. So please go follow me over there. And my website is www.bestyledbybeth.com. And you can find all my resources and whatnot, and past Tipsy Tuesdays there as well. So thanks for being here today. And any questions, just drop them below. I will be reading your comments and answering your questions, and happy to recommend Blondo booties too, if anyone needs a pair. All right. Thanks for watching. Mwah. See you next week from New Jersey. Bye.